Hey, I wanted to take this opportunity to visit with all of you and share with you a little bit about my hopes and dreams and the energy that went behind planning this Bellagio event. Throughout my career, I've found in my life again and again that when I surround myself with a wonderful group of people, that fantastic ideas emerge. I don't see myself I see myself as benefiting from new ideas and new energy and new insights. The challenge and the opportunity we face is how to feed the world. How do we establish food systems that provide an adequate and nutritious supply of food for individuals and support the economic stability of countries, allow countries to trade those foodstuffs for which they have a competitive advantage in growing and to generate income from their country, to provide healthy lifestyles for individuals. So it's a dream that's really developed in me and my heart and mind throughout my life. And we now have the opportunity. Rockefeller has been extremely generous in offering us their conference center at Bellagio to get together a small group to spend 3 days together talking about these issues and really trying to get at the heart of it. What would collective leadership around this vision of an adequate supply of nutritious and safe food for everyone, what would that collective action look like? And how can we stimulate the leadership, the initiative to pull that off? It's again, many times in my life I get fascinated by individual activities or actions, a food bank or a farmers cooperative or some activity in which I could get engaged. But I learned more and more that it's not the activities that are going to make as big a difference. Or let me put it in the positive. We can make even more difference if we can help foster the leadership in others so that they step forward at the community level, at the provincial or state or department level, at the national level and international level, step forward and come together and provide leadership for initiatives that are going to improve the food systems around the world. So this idea is fostering leadership. So if we can get to the crux of what some of this leadership would look like, and what are the skills and abilities and capacity that we're trying to nurture in order to stimulate this leadership, then we've got a roadmap, we've got a vision toward which to work. And then I want to take that vision and tease it out and say, okay, if we talk about mentoring and you do one-on-one mentoring, I can look back in my life and I can list off the 4 or 5 or 6 people who made all the difference in the world for me, who essentially set me on the path that I now follow. And we do that kind of one person at a time, but how do we reach out to 10,000 or 100,000 people around the world, or 1 million people? So we need to talk about scaling up, whether it's video clips or massive multiplayer online games, or what are other initiatives. How do we start a movement, a leadership movement that results in change and action at the local, regional, national, international level to help develop, foster, encourage, expand the capacity of food systems around the world to feed all of us? So what's Bellagio about? It's about clarifying the vision of global food systems leadership. It's about dissecting out the critical competencies that are needed to stimulate that leadership. It's about brainstorming ways in which we can foster and encourage and develop those leadership competencies. And it's about sitting back and strategizing how we can scale it up from programs that can reach 5, 10, 25, or 100 people to programs that can reach 10, 50, 100,000 people. And last, and by no means least importantly, we need to talk about what success would look like, so we can determine how to measure the potential impact of what we do. You know, I've got a lot of ideas. I was told one time years ago from a colleague in a team in which I was privileged to participate, they said, "Will, you have a lot of ideas and some of them are good." We're going to generate a lot of ideas, and I think we need to try some things, even recognizing that some of those are not going to succeed. But the key is, how will we determine whether or not they're successful? Because as we try these new strategies, we invest time, energy, enthusiasm, and hope into these new ideas. We also want some feedback loop that says, if this isn't working, let's redirect our energy to something else. And that's metrics, measurements. You also need metrics and measurements so we can describe to others the impact of what we're doing. So I'm tickled to death about that all of you have agreed to come to Bellagio, and all of you have invested time and energy in your interviews with me, you know, with our team all over the phone, and the notes that you're typing into the website, and the letters and comments that you've passed on to us, the suggestions you made. Boy, the insights, the energy, the intellect, the experience that we're tapping into, I think is exceptional. And for me, this will be the first time in my life that I've ever gotten together with such a diverse group. A group that includes people from around the world, from different disciplines, from different activities, from consumer organizers, consumer activists, to industry leaders, from academics to government officials, from folks at the early in their career to those of us that have had a whole variety, have had a long career already behind us. And I think this is an opportunity that's just going to present us a real unique gathering, a unique potential to crystallize some of these ideas and to help plot out a blueprint for developing a whole new generation of food systems leaders committed to an adequate and nutritious supply of food for everyone in the world. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Bellagio. Thanks again for agreeing to come.